better answers. But for this, here we have kind of my updated list with Fetchless Storm. I'm gonna go through here this for a second here, and then I'm gonna run back upstairs to re-up on some water to keep hydrated. But again, one thing I will specify: we all know that like fetch-based Storm is a little bit better. Gruul I like a lot, but even with gifts, but why not? We have Fetchless, and this is still like what I'd say is like if you really want to get up to playing with Fetch Gift Storm or just that type of stuff, it's still kind of a nice like little intro for FNMs and stuff. Like I would still love to rock this at an FNM, have a good time, have all the fun with that. So again, here kind of really similar to our last time's fetch build, just no splashes. I'm on 3 Grapeshot, 3 Fire and Ice for a lot of our interaction. I've really liked Fire Ice, basically kind of our upgrade to Remand, but we still need to have some form of kind of counter magic in the main. 2 Wish, just to have that kind of extra versatility has been real nice. 8 1-mana cantrip sideboard, really just Wish targets everywhere. We run 3 Bolt, 3 Fluster, so it's the, hey, we have counter magic, and also like interaction for like cheap stuff like Ragavans and like Hammer, all that stuff. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Like, and in no way would be with stuff like that for Galvanic. I can give some more spiels. Like definitely ask me a lot about that in Discord because the card is great. All right. Oh, oh, definitely. I hope it goes well for you. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah. Still have Gift Storm as well for myself, sitting over on shelf over there. A few little things here. It's not like you're giving up the engine or something like that. All right. Unfortunate. All that. We will keep this. Do I not need? On the play. I'm going to put back one of the Morphoses, just in case I need to interact by using the Grapeshot on 2. What metagame would I like playing UR Gift Storm over Green-Red Breach? What do you mean? Like, so kind of like the entire spiel, like what I've been talking about for a while here has been, like that deck's just like Gruul Storm is better than Gift Storm. Like, wed. Like, I don't like having to say that, but oh no. I'm not offended. Like I'm more like I wish I could tell you like that it's like they're equal and stuff like that. Oh no, yeah. So like it's yeah, definitely check that out. Like and I go through a lot of the reasons and stuff. Like for one thing, if there's one thing I would love to do, it's always be able to say Gift Storm is awesome. It's like we should be playing this. Like, give me an excuse to sleeve up these cards. But yeah, no, like a lot of good reasons. Like, yeah, unfortunately, it's like we're playing a 2018 deck, like for lack of a better way to phrase it. Like we've just been outclassed with n years of printings. Okay. Yep. Flip was exiled. No. It's all not great for us. I need to hit Fire Ice, something like, yeah, we'll probably die to the turn 1 Ragavan. And again, here, as you notice, like, our deck is not, it cannot deal with Ragavan on the draw effectively. Like, everything we have is 2. Like, we can have bolts, but then it's like, yeah, like, it's just like, what we're dealing with is stuff that our deck was not designed originally to. And, like, we've not really gotten any upgrades since. Monkey Reasonable? Yeah, I mean, the pillar of the format. It is a legal magic card in the modern constructed format. Therefore, if it is one of the main things that is, we have to adapt. Yeah, like, we're just going to lose to this card. Happens. Desperate Ritual, I bottomed one of those. Would have been nice to draw that one right there. We could probably win next turn to tap out. Yeah, we're probably going to O5 this league. Unless we can get play stuff. One thing that's interesting is I've noticed. Yeah, we're dead. I'm just dead. Like yeah, we haven't faced off against anything aggro like hammer. Like I'm surprised that we haven't played against any hammer decks. Adapt, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like yeah, if you're playing constructed format, like adapt to beat the cards that are played and legal. No match points were ever created for saying a card should be banned. I don't know if I want Remand or not. I definitely don't want Electromancer. Those three. Remand's nice. Do I want all of those? Like maybe just 2 bolts, or do I want any fire ice? Maybe I can just cut all the fire ices. Yeah, I'll just do that. Keep in 2 Grapeshot. This bolt's just way better. Oh yeah, we have 3 fire ice. I just boarded out. Yep. I'm really liking this card though. So it's funny. This is our MH2 card. Fire ice. Our MH2 upgrade. This. We'll get some kitty luck here. We'll get some of the scritches from Wilt. Hopefully he'll give us some stormy power. Also, I guess I need to. We'll be heading down now. Do 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 do. Ugh, been standing all day. Hope everyone's been having a good day though. While we storm it up. Would I like to play first? Yes. I will keep. Turn opponent. Oh, brain freeze? Oh wow, that'd be sweet. We're the mill deck then. Alright, let's guys consider. Graveyard. See if we can hit our land. We're not. Cool. We're probably dead. Yeah, missing our second land drop there, I think. Alright, yep, yeah. Non-game is non-game. Like, I'd keep this every time. Like we're kind of forced to, having the 1-mana interaction there. Unfortunate. Nice being able to sit down finally. Sure. If we miss this land drop, I'm probably just going to scoop it up. Counterspell, I will scoop. Yeah, we're just dead. It's so fun. Been paired, let's do it. Alright, mulligan again. Now we'll keep this one. I'm gonna bottom the Past in Flames. See if we can actually hit our land drops. Run 18 in this, so it's not. I'm not trying to shave extra lands out of this. All right, bottom that, top that. We have a game. Don't know what we're up against. Could easily be Murktide again. Or is this? Okay, not Murktide. Land. Yes. Your turn, opponent. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm expecting this to be creativity. Alright, you're gonna bolt me? Sure. Or bolt me. Yeah. So I was like, one thing I did, I probably should have Morphosed instead, but that might have been better. My brain's just already fried, but small deck rule storming. Yep, we're definitely up against that deck. Oh, posture? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I suck at sitting in a chair. But that's why I usually do standing for most of it. All right, I guess I should have waited. Oh well. Big punts. Yeah, I just yeeted this game into the sun because I'm not remotely thinking like a rational human being. Played my Baral. I'll just cast my gifts after this. See what they do. Okay. Ritual. Morphose. Electromancer. Put two decks together. Oh god, yeah. Good deck plus medium deck equals good plus medium has to be broken, right? Yes, files. Yeah, like that's the one thing I do miss, like from Oh, hello. Being able to play this deck all the time is like, yeah, just non-standard gifts piles are so fun. Uh, it's like getting to cast Factor Fiction on steroids half the time. It feels like. All right, they're gonna double thing me. That's fine. And they have a spell pierce up. Cool. Yeah, if I played this better or like competently at all, probably be able to win. I'll just discard Wish. I need to hit a ritual. Like I think that's my only way out. They're gonna hold up a spell pierce. Like last turn, it might have also been correct to just Wish and bolt that. If I'd held the Baral, that would have been good. All right, top deck. If I can top deck a ritual, I think I win. That's a card. Also, if they have a bolt, that's unfortunate. They probably have a bolt since they gave me this card. Okay. Ritual? Alright. How dead am I? Because they obviously have that, otherwise they could have Archon twice. No, they transmorgified, so maybe I win? Seed. Cool. We have not played Magic. Yeah, they have Pierce. Yeah, it was. Oh, Rocky 187? Oh no, all of my streams are being posted to YouTube. Oh no, I mean, it's not. I wasn't upset about them always having it. It was just more the knowing it's coming before it happens. Like, it's very reasonable. They run 4. I just want us to get to at least combo off a little bit. I'm gonna board down to 1 Grapeshot. Remand's good. I don't like Electromancer really all that much. We have the Fire Ices. Actually, that's probably better than. I'll just board him 1 Lightning Bolt. Actually, no, we don't need Lightning Bolt if we have 3 Fluster. We can keep in 1 more Electro. Yeah. But no, all of my YouTube. So thanks for asking about that. So like it's all good. It's all being posted there. It should be roughly a day or 2 later, like or a few more. But it's being divided up and edited for each league. So way easy to digest as well. So it'll be sweet. Mm-hmm. Oh no, I mean it's been outclassed. I mean we're going through what literally everyone who has a deck that they was awesome during certain eras. Like it happens. I have seen this come and go many a time. I will keep that back. Morphos, just because like I want to have a Rit. Play that first. I hit another blue source because I don't want to pathway commit because I might need a second red. We'll see. Oh, their interaction? Their interaction's not like super heavy. Like I don't mind playing against it as Rule Storm. Alright, I'll play Otawara. Oh, the meta. I mean like our deck is just 2018 power level trying to compete with 2022 power level. I mean, I think, yeah, so. We fight the good fight, though. Alright, running 6. Alright. Good cards. Alright. If we draw another Morphos, we kill them. Morphos? I'm gonna do this now. See what they do. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just I can't. Yeah, that was just embarrassing. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, this. Alright, this hand's reasonable. Alright, oh no, yeah, I just wanna so we can all relive the dreams. Yeah. The punting is real. We all punt. Yeah. I just need to slow down. It's been a long day already. I am an old man. I have to accept the fact that I am no longer young and spry. I have to take it easy. Yeah, consider bottom, Morphos top. Your turn, opponent. Oh yeah, turn. Yeah. It can't be old. Yeah. That is true. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I'll just play the Snowland and stick. Actually, I'll consider main. We do have Serum in the deck. All right, immediately rewarded. Thank you, deck. Memories are coming back. You know, again. Ooh, do I want one? Unclear. No, I don't want these. Seems weird, but I don't want those. Like, yeah. Ironically, what's funny is like we're playing against Yawgmoth, which still a great deck, but I remember playing against this actually with Giftstorm on the SCG tour. So we might get some 2018 stuff. We're able to race Yawg, yeah. Like the reason I put the two gifts on bottom is just based on kind of how our draws lined up. Since we have the two pips, we'll kind of need a bear, but if we draw that with kind of our setup here, it's like we can probably get like we have here a nice Grapeshot. They're not going to be able to Yawg. They can Yawgmoth next turn with the Strangleroot, but actually, yeah. So they can do that. So if I do this, so blue, red. Okay, that I like. Right. My reasoning for doing that was this way in case they have the Eldritch Evolution plan, because they have no acceleration, they don't get any Undying, so they have no shenanigans going on. So if they want to get a Yawgmoth into play next turn, I'm safe to get Electromancer into play. And they can't do any big card draw stuff. Oh, Astrolabe? Oh wow, that was back in the day. Alright. Top deck Ritual. We can top deck a Ritual. This is going to be happy-go-lucky fun time. This is going to be memory lane. That's close. We might be able to do this. Electromancer, Morphose, blue-red. Ding, you're dead. You are dead, opponent. Very, very, very dead. My fail case here was if we Morphose, say, into another land, I could cast Wish and then cast Grapeshot, and then I would mow down, because it would have been Electromancer, Morphose, Wish, and that, so it'd be 4/4. So I could take down a Dryad Arbor, one of the Strangleroot guys, and I would also turn off the Undying here. So again, keeping with that Eldritch Evolution. Yeah, opponent is actual dead because we have the Wish for the second Grapeshot. Alright. We have 4 5-mana available. 6. Alright, I've always wanted to say this. You're fired. Alright, Wish. We still have the available. Storm is 12. Consider is 13. Alright, I love you too, deck. The clickies. This is nostalgia. We're getting to do the stuff. Not gonna press F6. Begin sideboarding. Alright, we're up against Yawgmoth. I only think I want the lightning bolts. We win. Thank you for letting me begin the sideboarding, Moto. I appreciate you. Board out both remands. What do I want to cut? Do I want to cut a Grapeshot? Cut 1 Fire Ice. So I don't think we really need 2 because they're not as effective. Because they cost 2 mana requiring the bear. But I like having 3 Grapeshots because it lets us, like, you know, they're playing a bunch of one. Like, if one thing serves to me correctly, like we get to mow the lawn. Does anyone remember mowing the lawn? I know it's winter, at least for us in the northern hemisphere. This is fun. Let's get relaxed. Have a good time. Endurance. Oh yeah, I know they have endurance. Like they have their new tools, but I'm trying to think of like ways. It's like since we don't have much boarding in my version here, it's literally like, you know, we don't really have much else. Oh yeah, when it comes to threats though, that's a good thing to keep track of. Definitely. Thanks for mentioning that. But you know, I'm just trying to think like, how do we not die? Like, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. The lawnmower. That is the classic emote. I can't wait until we can like make that a thing again by like having enough time. Like it doesn't occur as often, but like getting that to happen in Gruul Storm. You have Dismember? Okay. I did not know they played that card. Like, I mean, yeah, I've been around for this card, but I thought they always would run like Dismember to be more general purpose versus like that. Weird. Okay. Get got. Return opponent. Yeah, no Grist. Grist I was okay with. Like them taking, like I was okay there too. Like, you know, they could have the Dismember. So like, you know, I'm putting this in the same slot. I was just more like surprised, like, oh, is that one? So I didn't pay 4 life. You know, which sometimes could maybe matter, doubtful, but like that's what I was like. I was willing to accept the Baral dying because we also didn't until we just drew that ritual. So also like if they didn't kill Baral, then I know for a fact that then I'm starting to feel that there might be like 1 of 2 Veils in their hand. So that was what I was trying to feel out because I can, because if we can do the long game with gifts, because I can value gifts or something here. What are you afraid of, opponent? All right. Well, I'm just gonna pass the turn because like you can't make a Yawgmoth, or am I just dead, or what? Are bad things happening to me? This is fun. I like kind of this mystery esque. Oh, they have some form of interaction. They do only have 3 cards in hand, so I didn't see them like notice them all. I've not been paying enough attention. But yeah. Oh no, endurance. Yeah. Like for this is going to be a value gifts. Like we'll grab a Past in Flames and like 3 other good cards, and then like you know I want them like that's like kind of like you'll see the mentality kind of how I'm approaching this is very similar to like where I'm trying to stretch Gruul to where it's like I want to have the ability to respond to kind of like oh you're drawing like kind of how your game plan's going. This game is in X direction. Maybe I can sidestep that stuff like that. Oh yeah, and Chord. Yeah, I definitely got a feeling for Chord here as well. Cool. All right, where's Past in Flames? Past in Flames. Um, Consider Serum Visions. I want Electromancer. Kind of do. Not really. Fire Ice. So give me Past in Flames then. No, I'll get rid of that. Get Morphose. All right, this is a good one. So I'm just trying to think of like what are some since I have the Grapeshot here, so I can do a modal on if they like do stuff. If I had a bit more mana, I could do a Piff line because also another thing that I've really noticed, and this is from playing Gruul, is I want to figure out how to make that deck do the rebuild the graveyard lines. Like, does anyone remember those? Like when it'd be like it happened a lot against Relic, where it'd be like pop my Relic in response to your Past in Flames, and then you're like resolve, still before Past in Flames resolve, rebuild my graveyard. Like those types of tactics, like how far can we stretch, do that stuff. That's like something that I'm like, I've noticed that like that kind of presents itself really well for us. Thing. Put that on bottom. Consider graveyard. All right. Ooh, they just let it happen. Okay, I'm fine with that. Don't kill me. Oh, Darren's okay. I'm not dead. Fine. All right, you're gonna attack for 6. That's fine. Attack for 7. Most. If they somehow undying that. Okay, they have Court of Calling in their hand for their other endurance. Noted. Very unfortunate for us. Alright, can we draw something good? I don't know. But yeah, that's my assumption is Court of Calling is in their hand. Because they didn't attack with Dryad. Oh, wow. Hmm. Can I kill you? Somehow? That's a good question. No, none of this stuff does it. Card for the other 3/4. That just being a 3/4 too is also a problem for us because we're at exactly 3. Let me bottom that. Wait a second. I have an idea, I think. Put this on top. Yes. Bolt. Okay. Do whatever you want, opponent. They're thinking. All right. Green light. We're going for it. I've triggered my trap card. Electabuzz. Nice Chord of Calling. I mean, if you got me, you got me. This is the way we see the most cards. I will now resolve my past in flames. Welcome to 2018, opponent. Welcome. It's nice being able to hook these young whippersnappers with us old people tricks. All right. Also, I want to Serum Visions first to maximize Scry because I have Morphose. This is how we do this. Yeah, I top this because technically then I see 2. Yeah, if I bottom this, draw, this can see 2 off of it, yeah. Top this. Rit. Morphose. Blue. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet, but hey, we have an out here. I love hooking the... Yeah, we just totally got to hoodwink. Unless they were bluffing us with the Chord of Calling, and even then, that was impressive. All right. Dead you. Sitting down was the correct option. All right, so we have Morphose, Ritual, Grapeshot. Pick your poison, opponent. Gosh, that felt good. Also, the funny thing is if they would have Endurance there in response, we were dead. Like when they had after the bolt. Oh yeah, this is deterministic at this point. The reason it's deterministic, even though we can't flashback our Piff, is we can bolt them. Unless they have another weird card they can court for 2 for. Bolt you. End you. That, alright. The interesting gifts. Like, we even had a cool gifts there. Alright, this hand's fine. Okay, so we're up against probable... Okay, so we're up against Murktide. I'm gonna bottom out top a Rit. So the reason to top the Rit there is just we don't have one. I think we're gonna need to have go time at some point. We have lands and we have the 2 considers spoken for in the turn cycle. So I'm trying to set up for like an interesting turn 3. Alright. I love how like casting like instants and sorceries with Dragon's Rage Channeler is like our modern version of like Brainstorm in response to the Delver trigger. Oh, that sucks. We have 4 cards. I'll just They put that in there, but yeah, I'm actually gonna play this. Force you to have exactly Bolt. If you don't have Bolt, or they always do. Because like that was my thought was since I have these two considers, like I want to find a way to kill both of these. Because I really don't like them getting treasure from this. Because that's like so bad for us that they can then like hold up counter magic for free. Unless we draw explicitly Grapeshot versus any of our other removal. There. I'm gonna play this. Like I'm trying to just get this out there. Maybe they counterspell it. I want to kill both of these creatures because if I can kill both of those, then or that's fine. That as long as this doesn't turn on, then like Fire Ice is still alive. Never mind. Oh yeah, I remember when Force Negation came out. Yeah, that was a whole new ball game. Yeah, when yeah, like the Force, like yeah, the free spell moment that changed Modern from any feel like similarity to Pioneer now. All right, fortunate. What all have I had exiled? Oh, just 2 lands. Okay, I'm fine with that. Can we draw anything? We're just dead. Jeez. Literally have not seen a removal spell either. We only run 8 interactive pieces. That's okay. So 6. There's yeah. Did I put that in the graveyard? Are you kidding? It's like the 10th time that's happened to me. By the Sego. Yeah, Murktide's not a great matchup for us because it is interesting that yeah. If they don't have their early creatures though, it's like it's actually like it seems like it'd be an interesting matchup for us though. Yeah. We're not dead? Are we dead? Probably dead. Alright. Good card. Ritual. Don't have it? If you have it, I'm dead. Alright, yep. I mean they had 2 of their 3-1s. Oh well. That happens. Like as you saw there, like we need to draw a fire like like that's the thing is like we don't have quick enough interaction. Like I guess like that's the best way to put it is that even though we still have kind of our cool engine, which is slightly suboptimal for today's power level, just again not having 1 mana interaction like, and it's not just like oh Ragavan, it's also like Darcy as we saw in other games as well. So like really a lot of that. Port out the Electromancers. Of all the Rits. I put it out. Fire Ice, 2 Electromancer, 2 Remand. They're gonna have Graveyard Hate. I'm gonna shave a Pyretic. I remember us when we used to shave our rituals and matchups. This one too, since they're running like 1 to 2 spell snares, it's nice to just not randomly get God and like overload on Rits. Like I like the 3 Grape Shots though. Again, like especially on the play, like lines up well against any other 1-drops. Oh, I need to sleep. Well, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. If only all of our cards weren't made before Fire Design, right? Which, to be honest, is like when we really think about it, the fact that like we still play Magic, like with these, like we're playing like against like Murktide there, other than like just not hitting any interactive piece for their early creatures. It was just not like it was really the treasure tokens from Ragavan, not anything else. And it's like we're still playing Magic against them, and it's like our cards are like ancient. bad. Donation leagues, yeah, I'm looking into kind of getting that together, but yeah, I don't have any concrete exact details. But yeah, as soon as I have all that together, I'll be doing those. Yeah, I just wanted to, first few bit here definitely gonna do so. But yeah, I'll definitely be open to that. I'll inform everyone when I have the system in place. With fire, we did get to fire them. It's our version of fire design. Ironically, our MH2 card was made in Apocalypse. Gosh, I remember opening those at the pre-release. They were sweet. Card was so good. Yep, no problem. Oh yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we have consider and everything. One nice thing about us is we don't have to make too many decisions with our lands. Nice part of Fetchless. It was easy on the brain there. Alright. I would like to have an answer to this card. For once. Actual never. Kind of annoying. We only have 8 in the deck. Like, even if it was like Darcy, yeah. A little frustrating. Okay. Getting Wish there is fine. Alright. Any sort of removal? Okay, thank you. I should have ritualed first. This was bad. Okay. Consider's fine. Counterspell? No. Okay. We're in. We have a game. Okay, sure, whatever. Yep, never mind. Now we no longer have a game. They literally, yeah. I don't think we, yeah, like, unfortunately, we can't really compete with this. Yeah, we just don't really have a mechanism with them being able to net the treasure so they can keep up all their mana. That's really the problem for us. All right, at least they're not casting cantrip, so maybe they only have one counter spell, something like that. Okay, they aren't. Why are they leaving? Okay, intrigued. Land. All right. Visions. Removal. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Never mind. This is fine. I'll sacrifice the land that no one thinks this deck should play. And instead, play your Ragavan. They probably have a third one. But I think we can do this. So, that's the reason I also left the land underneath, because I want to hit my 5th. Like, I just want to keep making land drops. I just don't want to die. Very quickly or anything. So, third one? Oh, dash, yeah. What are you going to hit? Land? Sure. Chandler, sure. Right. Can I hit Morphos into land? Right, that's not terrible. Serum? I have an idea. I'm gonna kill this. So, My thought process here is on top of my deck, I put both on top. They're going to stash Ragavan. They're going to get Manamorphose. Oh. My hope there was they would cast Manamorphose, because then that would go to my graveyard. And then I could use it with my Past in Flames. So, and they would tap 2 more mana. So that was the thought process there. I'm going to have to go for it now, I think. Baral. So the idea was that, so then I'd have blue sources if I needed it. They didn't cast, so they didn't take the bait. I don't blame them, but they have a full hand, and as you can see, like, again, like, their whole entire ability to play Magic is centered around the treasure token. Also, if we had, like, EEs, I guess, might be getting this matchup for us. I don't know. Interesting. I'm going to counterspell this. Yeah, like, we've just never been in this game, unfortunately. So we'll see what we can do. If they counterspell this, I'm just going to concede. Actually, will I? No. Don't know if I have to concede. No, I don't have to concede. I maybe should have just held the ritual then. Alright, we'll go one more turn cycle, see what they do. If they don't have any more counter magic, we're okay, but sure. Oh, and you hit the literal perfects for what we would have drawn. Cool. Feels literal awful. We're just dead anyway. Alright, last match, we're 1-3. The not being a remotely rational individual. You know, like, I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, like, for sure, but that's why I don't blame the format. It is what it is. Like, every format is based around certain pillars at any given point in time. There are sufficient answers. We're just playing a deck that doesn't have them. Like, yeah. Oh, we could try it. I mean, that'd be a fun for Funsies League for sure. No, that'd be great. Well, take care, Squidgy. Hope your meeting goes well. Oh, and pre-release. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, for anyone, definitely battle it out. Pre-releases all this stuff. Hope you have a great time. Phyrexia Obi-Wan looks really fun. Graveyard. What are we up against? Is this a scam? We might be able to beat them. Black Red Scam? I don't know. Ooh, or Sacrifice deck. Respect. I honestly have zero problem with scam existing. It's you want to expend a number of overexpend your resources for like quote unquote broken stuff. Oh, this is scam just with bombardment. That's fine. Like they have to 2-for-1 themselves to get 1. Like so the card disadvantage. Like I don't know. I do not find the deck remotely frustrating to play against. Maybe that's just me because it's also like literally it's the exact equivalent of like getting turn 3 by a breach deck or like any deck that's kind of combo-y or like oh no I died on turn 2 to hammer because they did broken stuff. It just feels worse because it's so visceral, but in actuality they're all kind of the same thing. At least that's how I view it. So It's whatevs. It is definitely very exploitable from a strategic point of view. Mm-hmm. Are we casting Season Pyro? Okay. That is acceptable. Interesting. What do I want to do here? Do I want to, like, do I want to Baral? Not really. I have my sideboard. Relevant. Nothing. Perfect. Oh, the F6. Nice. So there, I was just gonna go with Grapeshot because with the bombardment on the field, I didn't really have a good line with Baral. If they didn't have 3 damage for the Baral, like if they discarded one land there, I could have Baral, Rit, or Morphose, Wish, go grab Underworld Breach, kill you. Their deck's sweet. I like their deck. Has anyone else seen this deck before? In this format? I haven't really seen this before. Brawl? Oh wow. Alright, they're F6. We're doing it this way. Breach. Cancel. I'm very bad at Magic right now because I forgot that Breach is. Yeah, I'm too used to playing with an Archamancer. We'll relay for 4. Keep forgetting that card's in there. We haven't really played against any discard decks for a bit. Oh. I'm scared. This season Pyro. That's you. Yeah, like I've seen Stack and other formats of this. It's like I've never seen one that's like running Grief and stuff though. Interesting. Oh, okay. Name double. Sure. Being able to sandbag the second Baral is cool. Please tap out. Tap out time? Okay. Ah, it's a double trigger. Ah, that's cool. Do I have anything in my graveyard? So we're gonna Serum Visions. Okay. I don't care about Electromancer. Serum Visions? I have Rift. Ah, Desperate and Grapeshot. Okay. Let's put on top. Ritual. Cast. Ah, okay. So Grief's been like in there is kind of more standard. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thanks for the heads up with all of it. Yeah. Appreciate it. Where are you, Past in Flames? Past in Flames, Rit. Yes, Morphos. Or land? I just want land. Yeah, land's fine. Oh, see that? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very happy to be back. Just mostly back here, doing content. Okay. Discard is fine. I am immune to that, as you can't kill my whole hand. You have okay. What's this? Oh, Croxa? And you're at 17? Okay. It's barrelless kill time, I think. Please no surgical effect. Oh, oh, means a lot. Definitely, I'm happy to be, hopefully, we can relive a lot of those awesome, cool gifts days. And just like, cool new, stuff with Storm going forward now that we also have Gruul. This is, alright, nostalgia time, everyone. It's barrelless kill time. Alright, I have 2 Desperates in my graveyard. Alright, so I have 6, 7, 8. So if I flashback, I can splice it twice, then cast, or I can cast once, cast on the back end. So it's technically more mana if I cast it after the past in play. Right? Yeah, because I have a Pyretic in there. Oh, we don't have. Oh, we have a Morphos. We're safe. Because yeah, because I get to splice twice by keeping it in my hand versus just cast once, cast from the back end. So I lose one of the back ends here. Cool. Yeah. So instead of it being like we'd have one more here, we get to have 2. Yeah, I'm trying to maximize the amount of mana. We don't have a bear. Also, I didn't have to do that because I did not see the other whatchamacallit, Pyretic in the yard. We have more than enough Storm since we're gonna have a double Grapeshot because we have the Wish. We do have one less Storm this way, but all right. I didn't click anything, but sure. Oh, okay, I clicked it too fast, I guess. Okay. Moto lag is oopsing. Tired. Spirit. So Storm is 15. Could even just gifts here, right? Yeah. Go to 3 floating. Go to 5. Storm 11. Nah, I'll just they're here. Yeah, I derped this up by not being as most efficient, but this is fun. We got the desperate line in. At 15, so we just Grapeshot them. And then Grapeshot them again. Yeah. Getting to splice is just that was yep. Yeah, I was away for a few years. I was yeah, that's another ironically that also reminds me of another role we can have in addition to kitty stories, delivery stories, because yeah, I was doing the gig life for a while. COVID. Bolt you. Okay. I don't think Remand's gonna be good. I don't think like that's gonna be good. Huh. Do I want bolts? I think I do. Probably it. And all the fire ices. Actually, they do have 3 mana spells, so even 1 Remand, I guess. Just as a cantrip to buy a little time, even if it's just like going to spell taps them out, might be okay. So they did that on turn 1. Not much. Okay. I think our hand's pretty well set up. We're just going to grind. This is going to be a fun game. Even if we lose. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, graveyard's offline. That's fine. That happens so often with Consider. That's the new Thoughtseize bug. The Lavaglide. Ooh! I just realized with Nihil, like one thing that's funny is since we have Fire Ice, something I haven't done since god, this hasn't come up for Gift Storm since like probably 2016 with Giga Drowse, where you could tap like not like spell bombs and stuff, turn them off for if you're gonna go off. Important thing there, you can like I mean they can sack in response, so you know it's just like an interesting fail case, but Mayhem Devil. I'm gonna remand that. Kept the one remand in, paid off. Okay, play that. Just say go. Do it again. I accept this time. All right. I really want to do this. So if I ice it, what can I draw? Yeah, I left both piffs in, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, undo. Ice it. You can sack it, but then I can't draw a card. That's why it's like also extra hitter. Sweet. Still during end step, consider. Favorite that. Okay. Draw Past in Flames. Basically the same thing. Deterministic line, activate. Y'all ready for this? 6 mana. Gifts Ungiven with a reducer out. You are dead. They conceded? They did. We 2-3'd that league with style. What do you think, Wilt? Even Wilt over there is outstretched his paw to look cool for us. I'll need to get that zoomed in more too. Awesome. So went through 2-3 there. I definitely needed a few of those early matches, but we recovered. What's the deterministic choices? Oh, excellent question. So I'll go through this. You know, for all of us, you know, I'm sure a lot of you remember this as well. But when you have the like 6 mana, so then you use 3 of it to cast the Gifts Ungiven, and your choices there will be Manamorphose, Ritual, Past in Flames. And then no matter what the choices they give you are, you'll be able to flashback the Past in Flames, just like kind of keep going. Especially since we had 2 Rits already in yard. So, you know, that's kind of the choke point of it. And the reason being, so if they give you 2 Rituals, cool, go up to 7, and then you can flashback the Piff. And you also have the Morphos, so the color issue is not a big thing, you know, blue and red mana. If they give you the least amount of mana making, which is Morphos Piff, you know, you net 1 with the Manamorphose, so it goes to 4. So you'll have the 1 floating to start the ritual chain up when you use 3 for the Past in Flames. And then, of course, if they give you a ritual, any ritual and a Morphos, or a ritual and the Piff, ritual Piff, just more mana version of the Manamorphose, or ritual Morphos, you go up to 6 mana total, use 4 of it to flashback the Past in Flames, 2 floating, can start the ritual engine. Because you get to go back into your deck with the Gifts Ungiven again, you know, and it's just like, at that point, it's like, you know, basically think of it as like, that's the narrowest point of the tube we have to squeeze through, and then everything else is great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cat cam channel. Yeah, we have Pet the Kitty. We also have cat stories, which are up there too. Yeah, I'll try to keep thinking of more. Oh, we have Wilt. Oh, no thanks, Wilt. Yeah. Okay, that's what. Yeah, but yeah, no, excellent thing to kind of rehash. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had the talks with that. But again, thanks everyone for tuning in. This list, I mean, that like basically as you saw here, we're kind of worried about like one mana. So if you're really going to somewhere with, I guess, like infinite Murktide decks, for like a FNM, again, I'm not trying to oversell this deck. You definitely want to have like some one mana interaction, maybe. I don't really, I've never been a main deck Bolt person, but I know that's my kind of stubborn old man thing. But Fire Ice is really kind of our, one of our kind of new things. Because also like tapping, since like remands aren't as like effective as like stall tactics. Tapping down a permanent, like someone who hasn't really played against us might be like, okay, I'll hold up my Flusterstorm. EOT, tap your blue source, or like tap for like your spell pierce, stuff like that. Getting those extra little things, can provide some sweet enjoyment for the evening. And just like fire kind of kills some of the early creatures. But that's like kind of why with that. Blood Moon here. Magus might also be applicable just because of Amulet. But yeah, like a nice starting thing. This thing's super cheap to build too, still. I know Spirebluffs are a little bit more expensive now, but overall, still a really cheap deck. Don't even have to get, this breach in the board if you don't, if it's like kind of a big thing there if you want to find budget. Like, you could easily just run another Fast and Flames on the board. They kind of serve similar roles. Like, we aren't even a fetch deck, so it's not even like this is all that great. Fast Flames might just be a better option. So something to remember there, and that's like, our Boomer Breach is still nice and dirt cheap. Oh yeah, Aria Flame, that could also be a nice thing to get. Really for me, I've noticed like I know I have like a lot of wish targets, but like yeah, so I don't really have much sideboard space. It's really just this. We need something for counter magic. If we're not splashing other colors, especially like with Fluster is just the best option because it hits Cascade as well as like any other counterspell based decks effectively for 1 mana, and Bolt just again to interact faster. Everything else just kind of that. I have a bounce spell. I have a 1 mana removal spell I keep in there. Shattering Spree just to brute force through, especially with Chalice of the Void everywhere. Galvanic Relay, Ignite Memories, of course. This slot, just run whatever you want. I run it because I like winning with this card, not because it's good. So yeah, you get that flex slot too, like kind of for free. But yeah, that's kind of my spiel on that. If you're looking for a nice little budget entry to Storm to hang out with, so Giga Drowse, yeah, that would be cool to Giga Drowse people because I've noticed that Force of Negation's not really played, and like beating Solitude or Endurance, those are not like easy, but it's like you can kind of map your game plan around that pretty well. Like it's not like they can just choose to counter whatever card in the sequence. It's like it is very defined how those answers are going to interact with you. So, but yeah, that would be cool to have like a one of Giga Drowse for the ultimate memes. Like, we're 2018ing people, so if you really want to 2016 them, or actually, yeah, 2016, 2017 era, you can do that. Or if you're looking to, trying to think what else. Yeah, no, nothing else really that we could probably get away with because I've run some real bad cards in this deck in some of those SCGs, like at least by today's standards as well. Just mostly again just for the funds. So, but yeah, but thanks so much.